In English, punctuation is very important. Pauses are very important. The way you listen, the way you speak is very important. Otherwise, the meaning can change. Once a teacher asked a boy, give me two pronouns. And the boy said, who? Me? Yes, boy, you. Give me two pronouns. Who? Me? Yes, it is you. And it took a while for the teacher to understand that the boy is actually giving the pronouns. Who and me are pronouns. Who is a relative pronoun? Me is a personal pronoun. Once a boy told, let's eat, Grandma. But he wrote the same sentence like this. Let's eat, Grandma. Right? The meaning changes. So what he should be doing is to put the comma there. When he puts the comma, then it makes proper sense. Let's eat, Grandma. That is how the pauses are important. And also the word order. Let me show you a sentence. She told him that she loved him. Now, there is one word in English where you can put it anywhere in the sentence. Still, it makes sense, but the meaning changes slightly. What is that word? That word is only. You can use only anywhere in this sentence. Only she told him that she loved him. She told him only that she loved him. She told him that she only loved him. Like that, you can put this word anywhere in the sentence. It makes sense, but the shade, the meaning varies slightly. Now, the word order in English is important. It takes the word order of SVO. This is subject, verb, object. Many of the European countries, they take this word order, like the French, Italian, Romanian, Spanish, they take the SVO word order in the structure of the sentence. But in many Asian languages, it is subject, object, and verb. That's why for people who are learning, particularly the Asian students who are learning English, it's a bit complicated. Now let us see some sentences depending upon the structure. Now we are talking about SVO, subject, verb, object. Let us see how it works here. He paints houses. This is the subject, this is the verb, and this is the object. So this is the word order in a simple sentence. Sometimes you can have a sentence like this where Hima gave a gift to Suma. So here Hima is subject, gave, verb, and gift, object, Suma, object. So when we have two objects here, then we are having a direct object and an indirect object. So how do we know what is a direct object and what is an indirect object? Hima gave. What did she give? She didn't give Suma. She gave a gift. So, gift is the direct object. And that is given to Suma, it is an indirect object. So, always a person is the indirect object. Now, let us see the sentences depending upon their structure. Earlier, we have seen one simple sentence with two objects. Now, let us see another sentence with two subjects. It is not necessary that there should be only one subject. Like in this case, there are two subjects. My brother and I, two subjects, went to the mall last night. Again, here we are following the SVO structure. My brother and I, subject, went, verb, to the mall, object. That is called a simple sentence. Now let us see the other type of sentence, the compound sentence. Right. This is the compound sentence. My brother and I went to the mall last night. So this is one clause. This is one independent clause. And we want to give some more information, and we want to add another independent clause. And we do it with the help of a coordinating conjunction. But we didn't buy anything. We didn't buy anything. So here two clauses are combined. So when we combine two clauses, we say it is a compound sentence. And we join these two clauses with the coordinating conjunction but. There are some coordinating conjunctions, and you can remember them well if you remember this acronym called fanboys. Fanboys. Fanboy stands for and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. So these are the coordinating conjunctions, and we have used but here. Earlier we have seen the subject, verb, object order in the simple sentence, and we have also joined two independent clauses as a compound sentence using the coordinating conjunction. Now let us see what is a complex sentence. After getting home from work, my brother and I went to the mall. Here there are two clauses. This is the subordinate clause and this is the main clause. So what is the difference between the subordinate clause and a main clause? A main clause gives us the full meaning. My brother and I went to the mall. In the subordinate clause, you will have the verb, but it doesn't give the full meaning. After getting home from work, doesn't give full meaning, right? So it has to be added to the main clause. So this kind of sentence, we call it a complex sentence. A dependent clause and an independent clause. A subordinate clause and a independent clause. So we join with after. Either we can join it here or we can start, right? So we have started with after. So here are some subordinate conjunctions. Earlier we have seen coordinating conjunctions as fan boys. Other than those, these are the subordinating conjunctions we use for complex sentences. Here is the list. After, although, as, because, before, even though, if, since, though, unless, until, when, wherever, whereas, wherever, while. So whenever, whereas, wherever, while. These are the subordinating conjunctions. Now let us see the fourth type of sentence, the compound complex sentence. In a compound complex sentence, we join two or more ideas with one. A compound complex sentence have two independent clauses and one subordinating clause, at least one subordinating clause. Now let us see, we'll start with the subordinating clause. After getting home from work, my brother and I went to the mall last night, one independent clause. While my sister stayed home and studied. Second independent clause. We joined these both independent clauses with the linking subordinate conjunction while. So here are two independent clauses and at least one subordinating clause which makes a compound complex sentence. So these are the four types of sentences we have. Good day, everyone.